There are several ways to go about creating skelegons in Modeler, and I thought we would take a look at using curves or splines to create the skelegon. So what I'm going to do is I've got a character loaded. I'm going to go to layer 2, put the character in the background, and let's move to the side view. And we'll create some spine, neck, and head bones for or skelegons to work with. So what I'll do is go over to the Create tab, and I like working with Spline Draw, so I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to create. Now, for every 2 points, between those 2 points, I can turn those into a skelegon. So I just keep that in mind, that that could be a skelegon, that could be a skelegon, this could be a skelegon, and here, and here, and I'll do one big one there, and then I'll come over to, say, the leg, and I'll do a little hip bone, thigh, calf, I like a little ankle bone, and then we could do foot and toe. Okay, and I'm going to grab that curve and just move it over, kind of rotate it. Okay, it's just curves right now, and I'm going to hang on to those curves. Let's go ahead and mirror that over. Okay, and we could keep going. I could make the arms, and well, let's just go ahead and do real fast just so we can see. I'm going to build clavicle. I like having a small little shoulder bone. We'll do the upper arm, the lower arm, and let's just do one big one for the hand. Okay, I'm going to move that into place, and then I'm going to mirror that over. Okay, and that'll be a starting point. So I got all these different curves, and that's going to be where I want to draw the skeleton. So I'm going to go and let's go over to the Setup tab, and under Skelegons, More, let's convert Skelegons. And so what happens is we get Skelegons placed in between each node, in between each point on the curve. So we've got our setup here. If I want, I'm going to go over to Statistics panel, select all my curves, cut, paste them into a new layer, because I might be able to just use that for another character just as a starting point. It's really easy to move the joints there. And then of course if I'm ready, I'm going to take these skelegons and I'm going to move them over to layer 1 in the character. Okay, and then what I can do is, I don't want the curves to show up in layout, so I'm going to go over to the layers panel, and I'm just going to uncheck them, the visibility for layout. I'm going to uncheck them there. Let's send this. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I'm going to send it over to layout. Okay, so we get our character, and we won't see any bones or skelegons. They're there. All we have to do is come over to the Setup tab, Convert Skelegons. It lets me know that we converted 28 skelegons into bones. Okay, I'm going to just go to bone X-ray so we can see them. And there we go. So a really quick way of drawing out your skelegons is using curves. One interesting thing about using curves is that if I wanted to, I could use points off of the object to create the curve and then convert those to skelegons. So again, once you have the curves, we can select them. We can go over to Setup, Skelegons, More, Convert Skelegons. Okay, and we don't lose those curves, which is great because we can always use them for something else, either a different character or a different modeling operation, and we'll have what we need. So that's a quick look at using curves with Convert Skelegons in Modeler to create our skelegons.